Hello, everyone. DandyDrew, we are back in the 4th position. What a board. What a board. All right, so we've got some newcomers here. Hope you're doing amazing, by the way. If you're liking the series, please like, subscribe, show the love. We're going to just keep growing, keep going. 693, I really like it. Again, I'm a big fan of high production, flexibility, so that it offers 3 resources. And also, I think the brick pairs really nicely. There's a lot of wood options on this board. I think a lot of people also gravitate the 9, 5, 10. You are picking up the best ore, which is usually a good call. Also very interesting is the 6, 5, 12 point up. Ooh, don't know about that one, brother. But we'll see. We'll see. Breakport, sheep port. I mean, sheep port's nice, but this doesn't really pair well with the sheep unless you do something like 6, 3, 4. Kind of a tough-ish situation here. Because the 8-4-10 is really nice. Damn. Yeah, we're getting smacked around a little bit with some of these calls. Okay, put your thinking cap on. Honestly, it might be 6, 3, 4, 9, 5, 10. I guess you're playing like an ore wheat sheep game with a wood port. Like, it'd be great to have the wood port. Which I guess we could do that as well. Now, alternatively, you got like 9, 10, 2 point left to 6, 2. It's an interesting game, I guess. You double up on the 10s. You try to get to the 6 as quickly as you can. Sheep port's okay here. The problem here is offloading the wood. So you just have so much wood. So maybe, honestly, it makes a lot of sense to go something like 6, 4, 11, point right here, point down. You go wood port, sheep port, buy development cards. Like, is that extra touch of wheat worth it? There's a lot of wheat on this board between the 8 and the 9. Man, I would love brick here. I'd absolutely love brick. I think it's kind of this play. Like, alternatively, like I said, we could play off of like the 9, 10, 2 here to 6, 2. We're giving up wheat. It is kind of an interesting game after you get 6, 2, though. I really like that. But I think in principle, the 6, 4, 11 or 6, 4, 3 is just better, honestly. So let's do that. We're going to see if we can play a little bit more of a port game here. We've got essentially everything but the brick. But I think there's going to be some early brick trades. Interesting. I really hope they don't leave this spot. As blue, I think you should actually lock the board here. But then it actually gets a little bit dangerous because what happens is he probably just ends up taking the 8, 3. So probably the better play is the 9, 4, 11 down. And the idea is that you're going to get one of these spots potentially because I think you win the race against black. Oh, wow. See, but this is a mistake because then what happens is you force the board here. Exactly what happens is now this guy has nowhere else to go because you've locked the board. So he can just take the 8, 3 and play ore wheat sheep. It's really not a bad call because then he picks up the extra. And then it's not a bad call because he picks up the wood that pairs with the brick. Like, so think of it this way. Black and blue more or less kind of killed themselves here a little bit. It's very strange how this paired out because black's going nowhere, blue's going nowhere. He's going about to kill the 8, 3. So effectively, I think blue's game is almost done because their port's killed. They only have one subtle spot, which is going to be on the 6. And this guy's going to have the ability to take 8, 3 point up, potentially get the 3, 1 here, or just a 9, 12 straight up. Admittedly, it is kind of an ugly board for us right now, but I think hopefully we're going to stay kind of off the radar. Wood port's the first call here. I think to turn this wood into a little bit more flexibility. Whoa. Okay, so he gives a little bit more life to him here. And what's good is we're very good trading partners with blue. You know, this 6, he does have a development card, which I think he will just buy straight up. Okay, so he holds. He holds. Interesting. So is there any world where I can get a brick here? Also brick for ore. I think we can hold here safely. We do have a lot of wood, though, so, I mean, there is a world where maybe either we port. Yeah, this is kind of good for him. It's a risky hold. I think we could have ported for a few different things. Nice. Look at this. So now we're a 10R4 away from a city. And honestly, I think we take the city. I think the 5, 10, 8 city is a massive play for us. Whoa. Yeah, we take that all day. Okay, so is there any world where we can do like ore for brick? And the case here is it's actually really good for us because then we can actually just get the road settled straight up. So how about something like this? I'll even do this. Oh, no. Sheep, and because he started with the 11. I guess I'm really looking at blue here. It's kind of like a little strange. So is there any world where we can get something like this then? Because otherwise what I'll do is I'll just port for the brick and just move on here. I think this is just a smarter play. Don't try to overcomplicate it. Wow, we are cooking. We are cooking. Okay, so now blue has 2 brick in his hand. So we might be able to do something like a 3 for 1, just to really make it interesting. I actually think this is not bad for him. He's got 2 brick in his hand, doesn't have a lot of sheep. So this should be an attractive trade for him. Perfect. And now we're going to end our hand with essentially 60% of a city because we can turn this wood into anything. Perfect. All right, so wood port is live now. Next goal is we want to go for the 10, 5, 8. Nicely done. I still don't know if I necessarily agree with this play from him. Now the 10 or the 4 does give us the city, and we definitely take the city. The 10, 5, 8 city is just busted. I guess it is a very interesting way for him to diversify his setup. You know, we'll also take brick here. I mean, if we can get rare resources, we will. Otherwise, I think it's better that we hold what we have. Okay. 9 is nice. So let's see if we can actually snag one of those wheats from blue. He's going to need... Yeah, there we go. And I think here we can just buy a city. And now... This is just very dangerous. Very dangerous, because the 10 is dangerous, the 5, the 8. And even if you block the 8, well, now we have the 5 rolling for us too, right? We're definitely a target. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But it's very difficult to block. And for him here, I guess the 8. But then we still have the 5, the 4, the 6, 11, the 10. And really not a big deal if we lose the sheep. Yeah, definitely the right call to hit me there. Nicely done, blue. Really nicely done. And we get our sheep back, no big deal. I think at this point we can focus on development cards. We have the ability between the 4 and the 5, that can be our flexible cards. The 10 is doubled. So in terms of output, we're actually doing the best right now as far as ore. Don't really see black's game, to be honest with you, and I think probably the best play here is to keep the pressure on red. He's probably got the best shot in the long run to buy development cards. 10 all day is a great block. Unless he's looking for a specific card, he should hit the 10 and hit me. This is fine. And you're going to see this port just monster work. And the thing is, the issue for red here, if you look at this, we share so many of the same numbers and the same hexes, right? We share the 4. We share the 8. We have 5s that are coordinated. That's a great combination for him, though. If that can get him the city, ooh, big block. Might be a city on the 9, 5, 10 here, which he should definitely take it if it is. Careful. I don't think anybody's trading here. The 10 does hurt us. The getting up, 2 ore in our hand would be massive there. I think we just need to stay patient. We need to stay very patient. Yeah, good call to buy a development card. Nice. Now the wood port's going to cook. Honestly, I love wood port. I think wood port is the best port in the game for me. I'm just going to ask for any 2 cards, more or less. I'll just, whatever. No big deal. The wheat's not bad, but the thing is we just have an actionable hand. So I don't necessarily think breaking action is really good for us here. Nice, nice. Okay, so we just buy dev. It's that simple right now. Knight's great. Allows us to keep moving, doing things. As you can see, now maybe the sheep port's also a potential play for us. And this is fine. We've got a handful of sheep. Come and get it. No real issue for us. And I think we just keep the pressure on red here. I do know that red has, I believe, wheat and ore in their hand. So more or less, we got like a 50% chance to grab that. Wow. Don't know about that block, Captain. Chief. Let's actually go hit red here. I'm a little bit concerned. Yeah, there we go. Nice. I just don't want him getting too crazy with development cards, and I think he was very close to a city with that roll. So I think when we took that ore, we actually got rid of his city potential. Oof, big hit there. Now what I'm probably going to do is use this year plenty to get the sheep port. I could definitely use it to get another city, but it's not necessary. You know, we're more or less like a 5 and a 4 away or an 8 and a 4 away from the road settle with the year plenty. And that just gives us a little bit more flexibility with the 6 and the 11. Alternatively, if I can get 2 development cards from it, I might use it in that context. Not quite sure. Damn. So let's see if we can get a brick. I mean, if we can trade for it, that's pretty nice. I mean, he's got 2 brick in his hand, right? So he might take it. Okay, no worries. But keep that in mind. 2 brick with blue. Damn, the sheep port's going to be nice. So like 4 and 5, I think we definitely just use the yacht for 2 brick. Man, it feels like the 12's been going off. All right, where's our wood rolls? So he's got a guaranteed, he's almost a guaranteed brick from blue if he wants it. I doubt he's going to want the sheep, but he takes it. Probably smart. Probably smart. 10 is, where are you going, buddy? You dropping a road this way? Probably. I don't know where else. Oh. 2s and 12s just going bonkers, guys. 2s and 12s. Nice. Really nice. Okay, well, in light of this, now I think I might want to start considering, like, if I get a 5, then I'll definitely buy a development card. There's potentially 3 development cards, which is pretty crazy. Could buy a city here. And I kind of like it, actually. 2 development cards is really nice. But the thing is, okay, so if I buy a city, let me think here. I actually get, I think I get a city and a pop here, which is actually pretty good as far as I'm concerned. So let's pop 1 time. Victory point, really nice. So do I buy a city or do I buy another? All right, let's get the city here. I think this really just solidifies our game a little bit better. The pop's kind of nice too, though, because we do have the 5 and the 8. But the problem is after we pop here, we're at 7 cards. So really the better play is the city here. I think we just clear our hand, get the points that we know we need anyways, and then pretty much, yeah, this is fine. Yeah. And the thing is, we have the flexibility of the wood always in our back pocket. Yep, there we go. So like a 4 and a 10, 4 and 11, or a bunch of wood rolls. I think that was the better play for us. Oof, that hurts. Yeah, look at that coming in. 10 would be monstrous. I mean, anything is just really killer here. Maybe getting the wood wouldn't be ideal. Or sorry, getting another wheat roll. 7s are crazy though, right? I think is blue here. Yeah, I mean, you got to hit me. You got to hit me. There's not much to really say about it. I mean, you could hit the 8, I suppose. Doesn't really... Oh, the 4. Well, I'm completely okay with this. Completely okay with this. Wow. I think if you're red here, you're probably asking... you're probably not happy about that situation. And I would do this for almost any 2 cards here. Brick. I guess he was looking for the wheat. He had a 50% chance with me. I'll also do it for this too. I'll do it for the road. If it gives him the settle, you know, he might just take it. Yeah. Are we going to see another? There we go. Now a 6 or 11 is just absolutely busted here. Or even the 5 or the 8 gives me 2 development cards. Very strong. Wow. All right, guys. I think we're going to pop here. So let's pop once. And that's always a good rule, by the way. Take your time on your pops, right? A lot of people just click. Better just to pop, see what you get, and then reevaluate. So here we'll definitely pop again. Perfect. So now we're 2 knights away from 9 points. So something we could do is just play army and then drop a city for the win, whatever the case is. And wow, red is not playing knights. Very interesting there. All right, so he has a hand of, I think, a wheat and 2 ore. Nicely done, blue. And if he wants to take road, he's going to 6. I mean, we're already at 7. Oh, kind of a lag. So we're guaranteed, actually, I think the 5 here is a good block. We're guaranteed an ore. And then now any roll, more or less, the wheat, the sheep, or the wood gives us another development card. There we go. So we're going to buy a development card. Actually, let's try trading, because there might be a world where blue could be interested in trying to fight for a road. Black. Okay. We'll just do it a little bit cheaper. And black's not a threat. Black's never a threat here for us. You know, I'm okay with him fighting road. Not a problem. Okay, so we're at 9 points now. Now we can find a few different ways to kind of close this game up. You know, whether we just want to try to save the final city, we want to try to go for a road settle. Honestly, that's probably, the road settle might be fastest, to be honest with you. So in light of that, I need to start tracking for brick a little bit better. I do know he actually has a brick. We need to watch the 6 here. Very nice. Okay, so he's going to settle for 7. So I think in light of this, what does blue have? So let's block the 9. I actually think there is a brick in his hand. Yep, perfect. Let's just drop it here. At this point, it's just, we're cruising, right? Yep. So every roll wins, more or less. 10, we can pop. Nicely done. Big mono, big mono. He should be popping here, but I think he's going to drop a city. Good play. Only issue is he's kind of a little bit behind. Okay, every roll wins here. Yeah, it's game. GG, guys. Okay. All right. Another game in the books. Nicely done. Very smooth. 22 minutes. Not too bad. That's what we like to see. 2s went pretty wild. The 12s went pretty wild. Wow, very interesting. I mean, 7 rolls between the 12 and the 2. 8s were very quiet. You know, we were kind of looking for those 8s to show up, but even without that, the 5s are very strong. So, you know, I guess it all balanced out in the end anyways. Didn't really matter that much. And I think we just had a good game plan. And we saw the power of the ports here. It's just a very common thing if I'm going to go, let's say, a development card strategy, and I'm lacking, let's say, ore, I'm lacking wheat. Well, then I need to find a way to compensate for that. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to go for a 2-1 port. Typically, I don't do 2-1s that much in ranked because, in my opinion, they tend to be overestimated, right? Like people tend to think that 2-1 ports are way stronger than they actually are. You know, whatever, that is what it is. You know, you're going to have to just play the best you can. You know, if I'm red, I'm making a lot more noise than I am here because like you're kind of letting your game slip. Right? As soon as I start buying development cards, I'm outpacing you, I'm getting army, you're losing your game. Because the only way red wins here is if they get army. Otherwise, they're going to have to build the 10 faster than I can win with my setup. And you're getting smashed because, like I said earlier, we share a lot of the same roles, right? We're sharing the 8. We have the 5s, which I'd say I win from those more than he does. We have the 10s. Don't have the 9s. Other than that, most of the rolls we share, the 4s. I think as red, you've got to make some moves sooner. Blue, don't know what blue is doing really. They're kind of just in their own little world. I like the sentiment of the 9, 10, 11. Obviously, it's a starting development card, but the problem is you really run the risk of losing the 8-3. And then your game just gets absolutely destroyed because you lose your port. You only have one settle spot. You don't really have a lot of flexibility. And there's only one player that controls most of the wood in that situation, which is me. Right? So you're kind of at the mercy of my generosity, which in this situation, I'm probably not going to be too generous unless I can get a good deal. Black, kind of the same situation. Pointing down here, you're hoping the 9-4-11 goes. We did call the 9-10-11 going for blue, and that also hurts black too. Overall, we had a great plan, which was to get high production, get a great port. We did the right strategy for sure. And just looking at some of the stats here, we were fairly robbed. I think we deserved every rob in that situation. Development cards were very good for us. I think getting 3 knights, 2 VPs, and it was a year plenty, which turned out to be a pretty good situation. We ended up getting a city and a development card. Another game in the books. Thank you so much. If you're enjoying this, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're going to keep doing amazing things, and I'm going to keep going through this. I'm trying to get these games in, and I will see you soon. Don't you worry about that. So much appreciation. All the love and support's amazing. You're amazing. Have a wonderful day.